Well, good Saturday evening, everyone. So, today is just not going to be a normal update. I ate well this morning, ate well this afternoon, but I just ate bad this evening. So, with things going on in the world, I've been trying not to let it get to me, but yesterday and today it just really got to me. So, that's okay. I still am human, and the Lord knows, and He's still there to comfort me. So, I kind of want to tell y'all something about what I've learned about just prayer. Since I was a little kid, I grew up in church. My family prayed, and we prayed all the time. So that's why when I say I'll pray for you, I pray for you. And I am what you could say used to praying. That's one of those things I learned a long time ago that you can do it anytime. It doesn't matter. You can be driving, but please don't close your eyes. You can be, if you absolutely need it, if you're in class or something, you can do it there. If you're in one of the worst situations you've ever been in your life, you can definitely do it there. And there's different aspects to prayer. When everything's going great in my life, it's just like talking to my best friend. If I were, um, I'll use an example. If I were to talk to my love Jason, like, oh dear Jason, you are so precious. Thank you for loving me. He would think that's weird, and I would think that's weird. So I talk to my Jason, like, I love you, and then I'll hear it back from him and be a little lovey dovey, and then we're silly a lot of the times. And I think that's one reason why I really like that God sent Jesus to the earth, because he was among humans. So he got to see all of our emotions. He got to feel emotions. He got to feel physical pain, different things like that. But he was still our savior. And that's why it's like talking to your best friend. At any time, you can just say, God, why? Seriously? Why? Why did that happen? We don't understand things like that as humans. And sometimes he'll reveal it to us later in our lives. I went through a really, really bad relationship before Jason came along. And I have seen over the years, being out of that relationship, I have been able to help so many other people that have gone through a similar situation. And so I'm like, oh, okay, Lord, I see why. So things like that. And then there's times where I don't even have words, and He knows. And y'all, the comfort that comes with that, He knows. Just the comfort from that. He knows our pain. He loves us. He wants to help us. And that's one thing that has helped me in my life. I know I've been what you call used to praying, but it's never new when you're in those situations where you don't know what's going to happen next. And that's one reason I love having a relationship with the Lord. It's not as close as it could be, but that's one thing that I love about Him. You can learn more and more each day, and you can draw closer. Just like in a friendship, I have a good friend who I call my sister, and we don't really get to talk even once a month because we're both super busy. But I tell you, when we get to catch up on each other, we have so much fun. And it's kind of like that with the Lord. Even if you haven't talked to Him in a while, y'all, you can just catch up. And it's one of those things that I find comforting, especially in the situation that's going on in the world now. So I just wanted to share that with you tonight. Just even if you haven't ever talked to Him in your life, I encourage you to. I encourage you to reach out to Him. You may not think there's anything there. I want you to try. I want you to try and see if there's someone actually there. Just try and see if you get comforted. Now, I'm going to use an example, and I think she doesn't mind me using the example. But Red, my good friend Red from Kiss My Grass Acres, she used to not believe in God at all. Period. Nothing. And y'all, she is one of my best prayer warriors I have now. And I'm so thankful the Lord showed her that she could have him in her life. And I love it. So even if you've been at that point for many years, I want you just to try and reach out to him. I would love to know what you think. And I would love for you to tell me. If you don't want to tell me publicly in a comment, that's fine. But I would love to hear from you. There's different ways to direct message me, to email me. I will put those in the description at least tonight. And I want to leave y'all with one last verse. Again, it is one of my favorite verses, one of my favorite promises. And I've already said it a few times on my channel. So I do find it in the Bible. It's the King James Version, and it's just a version I was used to. I like other versions too, just because some of them are easier to read, because this is Old English. So sometimes it's hard to understand Old English, but I think this one's pretty easy to understand. It's John 3:16, and it says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life." Anyone, y'all, anyone that believes in him will not perish, but have everlasting life. And that is where I get my hope from. And that's where I get a lot of my joy from. And even if I'm having a hard time, that's one of the many things that keeps a smile on my face, y'all. But I hope y'all are doing well. And I know this is a little bit unusual, but things in the world are a little bit unusual right now. And I just wanted to leave y'all with hope. And I hope y'all are doing well. Please stay safe. Please take care of yourselves. Please let me know if there's anything I can pray for you about. It doesn't matter if it's the littlest thing, like I stubbed my toe and it really hurts. I'll pray for you that it heals quickly. So I hope y'all have a great evening, and I will catch y'all tomorrow for the daily update.